33 minutes now past the hour. Great to have you with us, everyone. Welcome to the Eat, Drink, Explore Radio Network's Market Fresh Hour. I am your host, Randall White, and this portion of the show is brought to you by Luna Red Restaurant, just off Mission Plaza in downtown, I should say, historic downtown San Luis Obispo. You know, it is the perfect location to enjoy happy hour in the downtown. $5 happy hour. Sunday through Wednesday, 3 to 6 p.m., so it's happy hours, and then Thursday, all day long. Whether you are visiting San Luis Obispo or you call this stretch of the Central Coast your home, Luna Red is a locavor's dream, that is for sure. For more information, head to lunaredslo.com. All right, how's your energy level doing? I mean, seriously, how's your energy level? You feeling it? You have plenty to sustain you all throughout the day, or do you find yourself constantly hitting the local cafe or one of the chains like Starbucks or Pete's to get your caffeine boost so that you can continue doing what you're doing? Well, we're here to introduce you to someone who can help you sustain your energy level throughout the day with 5 natural ways to do it with little or even no caffeine. Michelle Phennighaus is on the line right now and on the Eat, Drink, Explore live line, and she's here with these tips, 8 of them to be precise. Michelle, thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Randall. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Well, when I saw your piece that you sent to me, I was like, oh, this is perfect for our show. I love it. And then as I went through the different ones, you know, I found some things that I did that I probably shouldn't do. And then others that I'm like, okay, no, I'm good with that one. But let's start in the morning because we might as well do this in a chronological day. You get up and the first thing a lot of people do is drink coffee, but you're saying that's not necessarily the best choice.
Well, it's like coffee is so compelling. It's like that smells so good. You want it first thing in the morning. It is really hard, and a lot of people are just going to turn a deaf ear right now when I say don't go for the coffee. But
Right.
It's sort of like making a deal with the devil, because although you will get that initial boost of energy, every single day that you drink coffee, you're depleting your adrenal glands, and you're making yourself more tired. So it's ironic that this is the state of affairs where we get up in the morning and we go straight for the thing that's really going to kill our energy for the rest of the day.
Because it really does just give you a temporary boost and then leaves you sapped and lower in energy than what you would be if you didn't have it at all. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone kind of knows that to be true, but I just want to impress upon you that the way coffee works is to force your adrenal glands, which are little glands that sit on top of your kidneys, they force those glands to push out adrenaline. You know, they push out energy that you don't really have.
Yeah.
So in essence, you're taxing those adrenal glands unnecessarily and depleting them, so that then they don't work as well.
Yeah. So you call that an energy zap, and you say instead drink water.
It's so simple, but when you've been asleep all night long, your body's dehydrated. So just good common sense is, what would make my body feel better? I know, water. And I don't mean like a little sip of water, like while you're brushing your teeth or something like that. You really want to consume like an entire glass of water in the morning before you even think about drinking anything else.
Why is it so hard for people to drink enough water? It seems like one of these monumental tasks, you know, to get people on board. But and this is specifically true if you have a hangover. One of the things that causes most of the symptoms with a hangover, the headache, the achiness, the nausea, the fatigue, is dehydration. Caused from drinking too much the night before. So a lot of people combat that by, like we said before, drinking coffee. And as you've now shown, it's really the water that you need to replenish with.
And of course, coffee is a diuretic, which means it's going to make you go to the bathroom and lose even more fluid. So then you're even more dehydrated, and the cycle goes on.
And then also in the morning hours, you have a lot of people that just skip breakfast.
Absolutely. I mean, everyone's busy in the morning. But I think something that's worse than skipping breakfast is eating cereal or eating a muffin, grabbing a bagel, with your coffee on the way to work. I honestly think that's worse than eating nothing.
Because you get a carbohydrate shock?
Exactly. I mean, if you eat, and I'm not suggesting that you should eat nothing, but if you were to eat nothing, your blood sugar would be on a steady decline like it has been all night long. You don't have anything in your system. Great. That's, obviously not going to work out so great for you in the long run. But when you have a bagel or a muffin, you're going to shoot your blood sugar up real fast with all those carbohydrates, and it's going to come crashing down, and you're going to be starving like around 10, 11 o'clock and wondering why, and you're going to be tired all over again.
What if you do whole grain cereals? Like I do a mixture of oatmeal, chia seeds, and hemp hearts. Does that count? Because I really like.
Well, to me, it doesn't really sound like a cereal, like a box cereal. It sounds like you actually have oats, like a real, actual oat itself, and actual chia seeds, and that's fantastic. These are real whole foods. When I say cereal, I mean anything that comes in a box, because 99.9% of the time, those are processed within an inch of their lives and also comes with sugar.
Yeah. And so how do you recommend that people get their blood sugar balanced instead so that they do sustain the energy in the morning?
The most important foods you can emphasize are those that are high in protein and naturally occurring fats. So something I love in the morning is plain yogurt with nuts or hard-boiled eggs, and these things are really fast. Yogurt's just as fast to eat as anything else. Almond butter on a banana, anything that is really emphasizing that protein and fat that's going to stay with you and keep your blood sugar steady throughout the whole morning.
Yeah, nuts are terrific. I crumble in addition to what I mentioned before, I do crumble in some walnuts into that mixture as well, and it gives me exactly what you were talking about there. All right, so you also, the morning time is a good time to make some plans so that what doesn't happen?
Well, I think, I got to tell you, I used to have a job in advertising that I hated, and every morning I felt like dragging myself out of bed was the hardest thing to do because I didn't want to go. I did not want to be at that job. If I really was honest with myself, there was nothing I wanted to get up for. So I think that a big piece of having energy is having something to look forward to, whether it's your job or it's that, great class that you're going to go take at the gym or people that you're going to see that day. It's really important to structure your life in a way that your body says, yes, let's get up. Let's make this happen.
A lot. Now let's move into the afternoon hours. And this is, people have lunch, they get sluggish, and then they're sitting in front of that computer screen like I do, as a matter of fact, for many hours, which can turn you into a zombie. How do you avoid that?
Well, have you ever noticed when you're sitting there at the computer or even on your iPhone that you kind of stop breathing?
Yeah, especially if you're looking down. That's not a good posture, and I notice everyone's doing it now. It doesn't matter where they are, in a parking lot,
absolutely.
At the grocery store. Everyone's got that down, kind of hunched over, looking at their phone screen.
Yeah, so the way to combat that is, first of all, stand up. Your posture is huge, and you inhale, deeply, fill your lungs completely, because when we're engrossed with something on the screen, I do it all the time. I realize I've been holding my breath the whole time I've been writing this email, and that's a sure way to have no energy if you have no oxygen.
Yeah. Let's talk about what we should eat for lunch so that we don't hit that midday slump.
Sure. Well, really, it's the same idea. You always want to be emphasizing healthy proteins, fats, and vegetables, and sort of minimizing the grains, minimizing the sugar, and even fruit. I mean, fruit is great for you, but I don't want you to eat 4 apples for lunch because that's just going to not do great things for your blood sugar. So sort of the same stuff we talked about in the morning. The meats and the nuts and anywhere that you can get the protein is really important.
What are the benefits of raw food? I know that you shared a picture with us that we're sharing for people who are watching online at eatdrinkexplore.com that are some raw wraps that look delicious. Why raw?
Well, raw is a really interesting thing. It can be difficult for some people to digest raw food. It depends what state your stomach is in, how you're doing. But if you're in a healthy place with your digestion, raw food can be so amazing because raw food has raw living enzymes, like that food is still alive. So it's not really the fact that it's raw, because like beef carpaccio is raw and sushi is raw, but the fact that it's alive. And if you're to eat living enzymes, that's very different than eating a food that is dead.
Yeah.
So it's worth incorporating some of that into your diet.
Michelle, let's move into the evening hours now with the minute or so that we have left. And this is a very important time of day because it's when your batteries recharge for the next day, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think most of us just come home and slouch around on the couch, and we've been sitting all day. We just sit some more, and then we go to bed and we wonder, why can't I fall asleep? So I really think it's important to, move and get up and do things while in your awake hours, especially if you've been on the computer all day. And when you go to bed, do everything you can to get a good night's sleep. I wear an eye mask. I use a white noise machine, whatever it takes so that you get your full 8, 9, even 10 hours. Some people need more than others.
How much time would you recommend people need for that wind down period before they actually put head to pillow?
If you could do an hour, that would be amazing. 30 minutes is great. But to keep all the electronics, out of the way, keep it out of the bedroom, maybe just read a book, dim the lights. These are all ways of signaling to your body, okay, it's nighttime now. Turn it off, shut it down.
Yeah.
Time to go to sleep.
Great tips. They're all available on our website at eatdrinkexplore.com. Just click on today's program summary. Michelle Phennighaus, certified health coach. Thanks for joining us today. FindYourBalanceHealth.com.
Awesome. Thank you, Randall.
All right, stick around, everyone. We're talking farm-to-table pop-up breakfasts at your local farmers market. Up next.
Luna Red Restaurant in downtown San Luis Obispo is the perfect spot for a weekend brunch offered every Saturday and Sunday from 9:30